Sami Zayn saves Cody Rhodes from the Bloodline. Directions: if Cody Rhodes wins the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 39, Brock Lesnar is selfish, he needs to build younger talent. Hats off to Triple H. Major character change for Drew McIntyre. Major brutal shots at Bray Wyatt's current WWE run. Sami Zayn attacks WWE. Let's jump right into it. Directions: if Cody Rhodes wins the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 39. Cody Rhodes is just a few weeks away from the biggest match of his life at WWE WrestleMania 39. He returned from injury as the 30th entrant in the 2023 Men's Royal Rumble match. Cody and Intercontinental Champion Gunther were the final two superstars in the match, but Rhodes was eventually able to eliminate the ring general and punch his ticket to the main event of WrestleMania. The rivalry between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes has already gotten personal, and the anticipation is off the charts for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship match at WrestleMania 39 in Los Angeles. Here are 5 things that will change if Cody Rhodes wins the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. Number 5. Cody Rhodes could finally split up the Undisputed and WWE Championships. Roman Reigns has been dominant as the undisputed WWE Universal Champion and has firmly established himself as the biggest star in the company. The downside of Roman carrying all the gold is that there is not a lot left for everyone else to fight for. The United States Championship has become the main title on Raw, but it doesn't have the prestige of the WWE Championship. Many fans are hopeful that Cody Rhodes will finally separate the titles and give superstars on both brands something to fight for again. Number 4. Cody could appear on both brands more often. Cody Rhodes and John Cena had an incredible moment this past Monday on Raw. Cena raised the American Nightmare's hand on the entrance ramp to a great reaction from the crowd at TD Garden in Boston. Back in the day, Cena defeated a part-time champion in The Rock at WrestleMania 29 to become the WWE Champion. Rhodes now finds himself in a similar situation to Cena, facing a part-time champion at the biggest show of the year. The 37-year-old has been waiting his entire life to become WWE Champion, so he will likely want to show off on Raw and SmackDown as much as possible if he is somehow able to dethrone the Tribal Chief at WrestleMania. Number 3. He could bring back a popular title design. Cody Rhodes recently disclosed on WWE's The Bump that he would love to bring back a classic title design. The Men's Royal Rumble winner said he loved the Winged Eagle belt and would love to bring it back if he defeats Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. If I'm able to get to the finish line, biggest WrestleMania of all time, SoFi, in Hollywood, if I'm able to get to the finish line and get my hands on these things that, like I said, that have eluded my family up until now. Maybe it's just a pipe dream, maybe it's just a thought, a glimmer, but it would be fun to just say let's just boil them down and bring back the Winged Eagle, said Cody Rhodes. Number 2. The Bloodline may finally fall apart. The Bloodline storyline has captivated wrestling fans for a long while, but the end may be in sight. Sami Zayn made his decision at the Royal Rumble and hit Reigns with a steel chair instead of Kevin Owens. Jey Uso made his decision this past Monday on Raw and attacked Sami Zayn on behalf of the Bloodline. Sami was able to chip some cracks into the foundation, but he could not bring the group down alone. However, everything could change if Cody walks out of WrestleMania as the new champion. The Tribal Chief's entire identity is based on being untouchable, and his underlings may lose respect for him if he comes up short on the grandest stage of them all. Number 1. The WWE Universe may turn against Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes was once the heart and soul of all elite wrestling, but things turned sour towards the end of his run with the promotion. His promos no longer resonated with the audience, and the American Nightmare was typically met with a groan from the crowd during his final weeks in AEW. He has completely revitalized his career in WWE and could become the face of the company if he defeats Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Wrestling fans can be fickle, so Cody's first feud after Reigns will have to be a good one or fans could quickly turn their backs on him. Brock Lesnar is selfish, he needs to build younger talent. Brock Lesnar made his pro wrestling debut 20 years ago and is nearing the end of his career. Many superstars put over younger talents as they near their retirement, and WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle believes it is time for the Beast Incarnate to start giving back to the business. The former Universal Champion was in a rivalry with Bobby Lashley up until Elimination Chamber. Lashley shockingly eliminated Lesnar during the Men's Royal Rumble match, and the Beast wanted revenge. Last month at Elimination Chamber, Lashley appeared to have the match won once he applied the Hurt Lock, but Lesnar hit the Almighty with a low blow to end the bout via disqualification. Lashley has since moved on to a feud with Bray Wyatt, while Lesnar recently accepted Omo's challenge for a match at WWE WrestleMania 39 in Los Angeles. Speaking on the Kurt Angle show, the Hall of Famer said Brock Lesnar's career is winding down, and he likes the idea of Lesnar wrestling young talent in marquee matches as a way to elevate them. Angle noted that Omos is at the beginning of his WWE career, and it is time for Brock Lesnar to start giving back to the business. Well, I think it's a great idea. You'll have to remember Brock is near the end of his career, and Omos is near the beginning of his career. Brock's always been in these main event matches with all the top guys. I think now he's at the point in his career where he has to start giving back and not being at these top-level matches for world championships but trying to build other talent, and I think it's a great idea," said Kurt Angle. MVP currently serves as Omo's manager and was recently subjected to a beatdown from Brock Lesnar during a VIP lounge segment on WWE Raw. Montel Vantavius Porter offered Lesnar a toast during the February 27th edition of Raw but opted to spit the drink in the Beast's face instead. He immediately regretted the decision as Lesnar planted MVP with an F5 in the middle of the ring. Following the attack, MVP took to Twitter to claim that he lost one of his diamond earrings after the F5 and jokingly asked fans for donations. "I lost one of my relatively new diamond earrings taking that F5 in the VIP long. Anyone want to donate to a fund to buy me a new set?" tweeted MVP. The Beast Incarnate has had an incredible career and looks to have a lot left in the tank. It will be interesting to see if Brock Lesnar starts taking more losses to build younger talent, or is back in the main event shortly. Would you like to see Omos defeat Lesnar at WWE WrestleMania 39? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Hats off to Triple H. WrestleMania is just a few weeks away, and the biggest storyline in WWE inarguably revolves around the Bloodline. A fascinating angle is leading up to two of the biggest matches on the WrestleMania card. During this week's Smack Talk, Dutch Mantel praised Triple H's team for fine-tuning the story to perfection. This week's SmackDown featured a massive angle as all the major characters, barring Roman Reigns, got into a heated brawl that briefly spilled over into the crowd. Dutch Mantel felt the show closing segment was an example of typical maintenance work from WWE, and getting all the top names in the ring together was the right creative call. Mantel, who has booked for many promotions in the past, explained why. "The ending was good. Now you put them all on the same stage. You've got, 2 weeks to go. Okay, well, and that's just vintage maintenance work on this angle. You put them all on the same stage. So I thought it was good." Dutch Mantel has been thoroughly impressed by how WWE has handled the Bloodline saga, especially after Vince McMahon stepped down from all his roles back in 2022. While Mr. McMahon is back as the executive chairman, he still does not have creative powers, which remains under Triple's control. As per Dutch, WWE hasn't put out a storyline as good as the one involving the Blue Dean in years. He has also credited Triple H for enhancing the quality of the program over the past few months. "That's the old type of storytelling, it's what it is," Mantel continued. "So, they've got to have a cutoff point. But this is one of the best programs and build-ups and maintenance to an angle from WWE in years. And it all goes down, you go back to Vince stepping down and Triple H taking over, and then it started to cook. My hat's off to them." WrestleMania is seemingly being built around Roman Reigns' faction. In addition to his world title defense, the Usos are also expected to have one of the most exciting matches on the card against the team of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, who are yet to get back on the same page. WWE advanced the narrative for both bouts on SmackDown this week as the Usos first addressed the crowd before the show ended. Jey Uso explained why he turned on Sami Zayn before focusing on Cody Rhodes. The American Nightmare came out to give a fitting response. However, it was Sami Zayn who took advantage of the situation and executed a blindsided attack on the tag team champions. The babyfaces had the last laugh as they got the better of the Usos and celebrated with the fans as the episode went off the air. Did you like the finish of the most recent SmackDown show? Sound off in the comments section below. Major character change for Drew McIntyre. Triple H has made many changes to the WWE product since ascending to the top of the creative team. The game went from booking NXT to the main roster following Vince McMahon's retirement in 2022, and Hunter is now apparently considering a character change for Drew McIntyre in 2023. The Scottish Warrior started his second run with the company in 2017, joining NXT at first. In April 2018, he returned from a bicep injury and made his main roster comeback on Raw, aligning himself with Dolph Ziggler. He was a heel for 2 years before cementing his babyface turn when he won the 2020 Men's Royal Rumble. According to a recent report from Zero News, there were internal discussions in WWE regarding a potential heel turn for Drew McIntyre in 2023. The report further stated that there was no confirmation of when or if this will happen. At one point in recent months, WWE were discussing turning Drew McIntyre heel in 2023. No word if they are going to turn McIntyre in the near future, could have changed, but they did discuss it, Zero News reported. Drew McIntyre's time as a babyface saw him main event Night 2 of WrestleMania 36 against Brock Lesnar. The Scottish star defeated the Beast Incarnate to win the WWE Championship for the first time in his career. Many months later, he lost the title to Randy Orton in a Hell in a Cell match. The biggest star in wrestling right now is Roman Reigns, a heel. While not on the Tribal Chiefs level, Drew McIntyre is one of the biggest babyfaces in the company. He faced the head of the table in a blockbuster match at the Clash at the Castle Premium Live event in Cardiff. Despite getting very close to picking up a monumental win, a debuting Solo Sikoa cost him the match, allowing Roman Reigns to pick up the win. After his loss, McIntyre shared the ring with Tyson Fury to close out the show. Currently, Drew McIntyre is aligned with Sheamus. The tag team partners were in action on SmackDown when they faced each other along with Karrion Kross, LA Knight, and Xavier Woods in a #1 contender match for the Intercontinental Championship. Sheamus and Drew McIntyre both emerged victorious and will face off in a singles match on next week's episode of WWE SmackDown to determine who will face Gunther. It has been rumored that Gunther will face both men in a triple threat bout at the Showcase of the Immortals in what is likely to be a barn burner of a match. Major brutal shots at Bray Wyatt's current WWE run. Wrestling veteran Dutch Mantel recently slammed WWE for the booking of Bray Wyatt. The Eater of Worlds joined the Stamford-based company in 2009. He spent nearly 12 years as an active competitor, during which he held the WWE and Universal Championships. Wyatt was eventually released from his contract in July 2021. After about a year of absence, he returned to WWE last October. After a brief feud with LA Knight, Wyatt is currently feuding with Bobby Lashley. However, Mantel does not seem impressed by what the former world champion has done since his return to the company. The wrestling legend recently slammed WWE for how they are booking Wyatt. They hadn't really won the hearts and minds of wrestling fans of the world with Bray Wyatt because they were too slow getting into it. There was no substance to it. At Fireflies and Friends, I never have gotten that in it. Even when I was there, I didn't think Bray Wyatt was that over other than they turn their phones on when he goes to the ring, which is impressive if you're looking at it. But they sent him home, which surprised everybody, but then brought him back, and I don't know what they're gonna do with him. Mantel further spoke about Wyatt's on-screen character. I think it's one of those deals that they could keep doing this angle or this character until the cows come home. Still, nobody's gonna give a craw, he said. While many wrestling fans are fond of Bray Wyatt, Dutch Mantel is not one of them. The wrestling veteran has previously criticized the former Wyatt family leader several times. On the same episode of Storytime with Dutch Mantel, the former WWE manager revealed that he would not buy a ticket to watch Wyatt perform. If I'm sitting in New York City right across from Madison Square Garden and they put Bray Wyatt on the card, that would not make me go, certainly wouldn't make me buy a ticket. But it would actually kinda stop me from going. Because Bray Wyatt, I don't know what they think they're doing with it. I think Bray is booking it himself. I think they have told Bray that you have such an internal feel for this character, why don't you book it and then bring it to us? And I'm thinking, I don't get it. Uncle Howdy, I don't get it, Mantel said. Dutch Mantel says Bray Wyatt is embarrassing to watch right now. Sami Zayn attacks WWE. WWE superstar Sami Zayn recently took a shot at the company for wishing his former rival Johnny Knoxville on his birthday. Last month, Zayn faced the Bloodline member Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship at the Elimination Chamber Premium Live event, where the former eventually lost the match. On the March 6th episode of Monday Night Raw, Zayn faced Jimmy Uso and was interfered by Jey Uso following the match. Despite Jey initially hugging Sami, the former backed his brother and betrayed the former honorary use. WWE's official Twitter handle recently uploaded a photo of Johnny Knoxville as they wished him on his birthday. Responding to the post, Zayn mentioned that things are already difficult for him, and the post didn't quite help him. It's been a rough few weeks and this isn't helping, wrote Sami. WWE superstar Cody Rhodes recently revealed that he would like to face Sami Zayn in the near future. While speaking on an episode of the Out of Character podcast, Rhodes praised Zayn by calling him a next-level human being. He added that the former honorary use has evolved since his time at NXT and would like to face the latter in a one-on-one match soon. As we stood there, I thought, well, I'd love to wrestle this guy. I would love to wrestle this guy because, Sami wasn't sweating me when I was Stardust, and rightfully so, he didn't need to. He was coming up from NXT and on a roll. It's a different person now. So, very much it's a match that I look forward to when and if it ever happens with somebody like a Sami Zayn. He's a next-level performer and he's even more of an elite next-level human being. It would be exciting to see what plans WWE is going forward for Zayn. What are your thoughts on Sami's current booking? Sound off in the comments section below. Sami Zayn saves Cody Rhodes from the Bloodline. WWE superstar Cody Rhodes found himself an ally in Sami Zayn as the latter came out to save him from an attack at the hands of the Bloodline at a live event in Madison Square Garden. Both Rhodes and Zayn have been embroiled in a feud with the heel faction over the last few weeks. The American Nightmare made the save for Zayn on Raw last week after the former NXT champion was cornered by Solo Sikoa and the Usos. Their alliance continued on SmackDown as the duo took out Jimmy and Jey Uso. The former AEW TNT champion continued his rivalry with the Bloodline at the Road to WrestleMania Super Show, where he faced off against Solo Sikoa. However, Rhodes was attacked by the Usos when he was on the cusp of victory. The trio started attacking the American Nightmare after the match ended in disqualification, but the latter was saved by Sami Zayn, who made his way to the ring from the crowd. The segment ended with the babyface duo standing tall after Cody Rhodes delivered a crossroads to Jimmy while the former honorary use took out Jey with a hell of a kick. Sami Zayn's popularity in WWE has soared to great heights since his association with the Bloodline. Many fans feel that the fitting end to the saga would have been the 38-year-old defeating Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39. Speaking about the situation on the Out of Character podcast, Cody Rhodes stated that he took it as a challenge and is working hard to prove his credibility. I look at it as a challenge. It's probably the best way to look at it and not a negative challenge. A challenge of Sami's doing amazing things. You've got to. You didn't just buy yourself some future spot. You've got to get back in there and show people exactly what you can do. And actually, the photo you have now was a really fine moment for me, because what a great problem to have when you have two very strong characters. And one of the worst things we can do as a community is try and turn the characters against one another. Cody Rhodes will compete in the biggest match of his career at WrestleMania 39, where he will take on Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Sami Zayn, meanwhile, could face the Usos for the WWE Undisputed Tag Team title with Kevin Owens if the two men can sort out their problems in time.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take